All right, here we go. Brand new Flyers Daily for the 2nd of August, 2024. Flyers Daily, as always, presented by Ticketmaster. Make more memories live. On to the month of August, the slowest month when it comes to hockey, at least for the NHL. Cottage season. Everybody kind of check it out before things begin to ramp up in September. So just one more month of heat and humidity, hopefully. Hopefully not the entire month. But we will get through it. And in this episode, we've got a couple of interviews from Flyers development camp. We're going to speak with 2022 sixth-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers, Hunter McDonald. He'll be one of our guests. He was taken, like I said, in the sixth round, 165th overall. Got into some AHL action last year. I thought he really impressed at Flyers development camp and did really well in the development camp scrimmage also. Big boy. And he's got something that you can't teach, and that's called meanness. He's got a lot of that. So if and when he gets to the NHL, I think Flyer fans are going to like the disposition that he treats the opposition with game in and game out. Also, we're going to feature our conversation with Flyers 2023 fourth-round draft pick, 103rd overall, Cole Canal. Played his freshman year last year at Notre Dame, going back there for his sophomore season at 20 points in his freshman campaign with 9 goals, 11 assists in 36 games. So we'll have conversations with each of those two. But before we get there, first of all, if you saw Wednesday's episode, and I say saw, I didn't edit the beginning of the episode. I saw on YouTube that people said, greatest intro ever. And then somebody commented and said, it's a good thing he wasn't picking his nose. A lot of times I hit the record button here, and I kind of gather my thoughts for a second, or make sure that I look good, which is not working. And I didn't trim the beginning of the video, and there's about 15, 20 seconds of me just sitting there kind of looking at my notes. I didn't do anything stupid, which is good, but I thought it was pretty funny. So thanks to the people in the comments section on YouTube who pointed that out. And again, just thank God I wasn't feeling the need to pick my teeth or something like that, or something further. But in this episode, before we get to the two interviews with Hunter McDonald and Cole Canal, there was a leftover question that was from our Ask Billy episode on Monday. And it came from Anthony DeGrazio. Ant tweets in a lot. We featured his questions before. But he has a very simple question. And this was amidst all the Kolosov stuff and everything that was buzzing kind of around that situation. And he just said, why are goalies so weird? So I wanted to kind of dive into that because I have a lot of thoughts on it. One, because it's the position I played, and I find the position incredibly intriguing. Now, the question, there's a few questions you got to kind of ask yourself where two things can be true. Does the position choose the person, or does the person choose the position? There's like a law of attraction there. Sometimes people see, like the quarterback in football, people see the adulation that the quarterback gets, and they go, I want to play that because I get to throw the ball, I get to throw touchdowns, I get the adulation. They obviously get paid a lot. Maybe you don't think that way when you're little, but when you get older in high school, the quarterback of the football team. So they choose the position. With goalie, that's, it doesn't really have those properties to it. You don't choose it because, it's the popular position to play. It's kind of the unpopular position to play. And, one where a lot of people, perception of the people that play it is that they're weird. And I can't disagree with that. Now, why are they weird? Were they weird for choosing the position, or did the position make them weird? That's another one that you got to figure out. Maybe sometimes each of those things can be true for different people. But the position is a different one because as athletes, and when you're an alpha athlete, the ultimate thing you want is control. You want to control the object of the game, whether that's in football with the ball, basketball. If you're the alpha, you want the ball. you want to try and score. Scoring is celebrated. Preventing scoring is not celebrated in sports. In hockey, you want the puck. If you're an alpha, that's my puck. But the position of goaltender requires a alpha athletic mindset, but doesn't allow for you to attack the game and control the game. Now, you can control the game by being incredibly difficult to score on, but it's not the same. A goaltender, and I think this is where weirdness comes in, it's a completely reactive position. You cannot determine what the other team does, how they attack you, where they shoot. To some degree, you can kind of give them something to take it away, but not with real precision. So it's a position where you have to react to everything everyone else does around you. The opposition, your own team and how they defend in front of you. So there's a ton. And then if you make a mistake, it's in your net. There's a number that goes up on the scoreboard because you made a mistake. Now, it doesn't matter if your team made a mistake and you couldn't bail them out. It still looks like the goaltender made a mistake. I think there's a little, sometimes, a lack of understanding about the position that people go, well, your job's to stop pucks, you got to stop the pucks that are coming to you. It's not that simple. And there are some where you have no chance. And you're going to give up goals, and you're going to give up bad goals. How does a goalie rebound from that? Think about goaltenders at high levels. When they give up a goal on the road, a horn goes off, fans go crazy, and everybody cheers at your failure. So it takes a special mindset to be that last line of defense. Weird mindset, whatever you want to call it. Now, the other part of that, with the lack of control in the game, this is something that I believe. I believe that when you play the position, and because you want control, but you don't have it on the playing surface, on the ice, that's where goalies and a lot of the moniker of weird comes from, because of all the rigidity they have in their preparation. You have to stretch a certain way. You have to do your eye work to get with a ball on the wall to get your hands and your eyes dialed in. All of these things are considered weird, but they're just a way of a goalie trying to control his environment. I haven't done an official study on this, and I haven't seen one, but I know a lot of people that played the position do have OCD tendencies because they want to control things. Because where athletically on the field of play, they don't have the control. It's a purely reactive position. So yeah, goalies, definitely weird. And I've met a few pretty normal ones, and I've seen the position chew a lot of people up and spit them out. People say I wanted to be a goalie, then I played it. I didn't want to deal with the pressure of being the last line of defense. I mean, maybe the hardest thing to be, too, is a parent of a goalie. I know when I was growing up, like my dad couldn't watch the games in the stands with the other parents because if the goalie gives up a bad goal, the parents hem and haw. Oh, he's got to make a save there. And the parent of the goalie doesn't need to be around that. It's uncomfortable. I was coaching at one of my son's teams, and a goalie that I picked for my team, his dad, after the rosters were announced, came up to me and said, hey, I've coached quite a bit. If you're looking for an assistant coach, somebody to help you run the bench, I'd love to do it. And I said, absolutely not. He said, well, why not? I mean, I know I know the game. I go, I have no doubt you do. You're probably a good coach and everything. But I can't have a goaltender in net with his dad on the bench. I just can't do it. It's compromise. He said, oh, I understand that. I just didn't think it was a good idea. So it is a very unique position. And to not use the word weird, it does require some unique people to play it and deal with it and thrive in it. There's a whole culture that I loved about it. Look, goalies usually come to the position in one of two ways or both. They usually have some combination of they had older brothers that shoved them in the net, and they needed a goalie, so little brother got to be in the net while they fired balls, pucks, whatever at him. or they just fell in love with the equipment, the mask. For me, it was both. I have two older brothers that are 5 years older than me that are twins that played. They shoved me in the net. And I saw the mask. I saw the Bernie mask that you see right there behind me. And I was like, what is that? I'm in. Which is why now you see masks all over the home studio. My mask on the wall here. And it's a unique position. And it's one where the goaltenders are looked upon as being weird. And I cannot refute it. So, Anthony, thanks for the question. Any goalies out there that have any commentary, you can always tweet me at Jason Myrt. You can email me at jason.myrtetus, Myrtetus, @gmail.com. Or you can always drop a comment in the comment section below here on YouTube as well. So, goalies and non-goalies, I'd love to hear your thoughts on why you think goaltenders are unique. Let's get to our first interview of two. This guy has a lot of the Flyers management excited. His development's been pretty pronounced, a pretty good curve. For a guy that was a 2022 sixth-round pick in Hunter McDonald, finished up as 2 years at Northeastern, finished up last year, went to the Phantoms and got into 11 games. Got a taste of the AHL, had 3 assists in those games, 12 penalty minutes. He is a big boy. Hunter McDonald is 6'4", 210, and he is got the muscle packed on the frame already. He's not one of those guys that needs to add more muscle, although he probably will. Here's my conversation with Flyers prospect Hunter McDonald. It's Flyers Daily, and we are at prospect camp and getting ready for watch some hockey this week. And we're with Hunter McDonald right now. How you doing, Hunter?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Have a good summer?
Yeah, it's been great so far.
What was it like getting to play for Ian LaPerriere?
Awesome. He's great. And
I imagine he likes you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. The whole experience was awesome at the end of the year, and something I'll take in going forward to this summer. So that experience.
You get into, you win that first round against Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Mm-hmm.
I was up there for one of the games. It was awesome. Like that building's great too.
Uh-huh.
And then you end up going down against Hershey, who ends up winning the whole thing. But that experience of playing AHL playoff hockey is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, for me so far, there's nothing like that. It's the experience, and then just the environment's fun. So, and playing some playoff hockey for the first time in my life, it's been something cool.
What's it been like your development, since being drafted? You work on specific things kind of each summer and year in and as you go.
Definitely, taking a lot of different steps. Skating, number one, like bigger guy, you got to be able to skate. Puck handling, definitely that's something I'll always be working on. But then just being patient with my stick, letting play come to me. A lot of different things. But yeah, in the summer, stick handling, puck handling and stuff, and skating. And then when I come to the game, like I just play my game, play mean, and don't really work on that in the summer. Just have it. So I guess
that's something that doesn't go away. Are you mean, like some guys, a lot of pro athletes are competitors in everything they do, and you can't turn it off. Like if you're playing ping pong downstairs with the boys, you're ready to like tear their throat out.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I could be kind of chill, like when it's appropriate, but deep down, I'm probably pissed off.
If they're keeping score, like you're going to be
I'll definitely
intense.
get heated. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter if I'm good or not, I'm going to be worried.
Your route to this point. I mean, you played in the NAHL, you played in the USHL. Yeah. What did you take from all those different leagues along the way?
Yeah, I think one thing that's kind of cool, like just different experiences and like trying to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations, just like being able to like next step and like kind of not perfect, like just be good and there, and then being confident, and then being able to make the next step,
level up.
So yeah, I think like because you're obviously nervous going into that stuff, and like that'll never go away because I think that means you care. Just take that, it's a great experience and cherish it. So.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah.
Get somewhere, go, okay, this is a challenge, meet the challenge, and go to the next challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the ultimate challenge for you, though, and where you want to get to is in the NHL.
Oh, yeah, I still got that challenge. And then this, going into camp and stuff like that will be a new experience for me, rookie camp, main camp, all that. So looking forward to that.
When you talk about main camp, day one, have you been warned about that with the rope on the ice?
I've heard.
So you start skating already to make sure you're ready for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down here for the next month training, and I'm gonna come back a little early before rookie camp and all that stuff. So it would be great to be down here and just be comfortable going into it and meet some people. It's not gonna be like my first day. So hopefully I'll be comfortable going into it.
Yeah, you have comfortability in your surroundings and everything else. Look, you're no fool. You know the identity of this franchise. You watch the NHL playoffs. You know that there's got to be some meanness out there on the ice if
Yeah.
you want to win. There's got to be accountability for the opposition.
Yeah.
That's something you bring to the table, and
Yeah.
that's got to be something you're going to bring in the NHL as well.
100%. Yeah, that's kind of what I model my game. I mean, that'll never go away. Like, that's who I am. So if I'm not doing that, then I need to start doing it. So yeah.
If you're not doing that, I imagine there's been periods where maybe that's lightened up at times, and your coaches remind you, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Hunter, this is
Yeah,
be
play
you."
the way I play. I don't need to be. Like,
Yeah.
There's guys that get paid to score goals. Like, I'm a different guy. Like, I'm gonna play. Be mean and
Be vicious.
hard. Yeah, vicious. Yeah.
Because the other team's going to have to know when you're on the ice. That's really important. When you look at leveling up to the NHL, what do you need to do to get your game there?
Yeah,
to get everything. Skating obviously is always going to,
Sure.
especially for a big.
Yeah, I definitely value that AHL experience, and then kind of working with all the development staff here. Just that experience was great, and then just kind of talking about those things that I kind of mentioned before, just working on that. But yeah, just playing against those guys in the summer and working with them, getting pointers, like, just yeah.
Who's really helped you kind of here?
I mean, last few years, obviously. I mean, my first year versus my second year was a whole different staff up here. So, but yeah, knowing everyone, like Riley Armstrong, Nick Schultz has been great. I've seen those guys a ton. But Nick Schultz definitely.
I imagine with the Phantoms, like Ronnie's a guy that would be a good guy.
Yeah,
to
definitely
lean
when
on.
I got down up there. Sorry. Yeah, those guys are great. Like Ronnie, Ginning. Those guys are up, and then they came down. So
Yeah.
to meet them and talk about their experiences and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, enjoy the camp, Hunter. Thanks for
Yeah,
doing this.
thanks
man.
a lot.
And keep being you. Be
yeah,
mean.
I will. Thanks a lot.
Great to sit down with Hunter McDonald from Flyers Development Camp. He's a guy that I could see maybe being a call-up this year if there's, a decent amount of injuries, or he just plays really well and gets called up and gets a taste in the NHL. He's one of the guys I can see doing that. Let's get to our next interview. His father, Mike Knubel, is one of the true really good guys that have come through Philadelphia. Just a good human being. He was a really good hockey player as well. Well, he handed some of that down to his son, Cole Canal, who was the 103rd pick in the 4th round in the 2023 draft by the Philadelphia Flyers. He's 20 years of age, just turned 20 on July 1st. Played last year at Notre Dame. Like I mentioned before, 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points in 36 games. He's going to go back for his sophomore season. Had a good development camp as well. So let's get to know Cole Canal. Here's my conversation with the Flyers prospect. Flyers Daily on the road at Prospect Camp, and we are sitting with 2023 4th-round draft pick for the Philadelphia Flyers, Cole Canal. Cole, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was Notre Dame last year?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's a really, really cool place, and a lot of special people make it awesome.
Do you go to the football games?
Oh, yeah. I think we made it to 4 home games, so those are pretty fun.
Those weekends when all the RVs roll in and everything, and the whole atmosphere is just, I imagine, I've never been there. I went to Penn State, and I know it was like there, which was incredible.
Yeah.
I imagine at Notre Dame it's pretty darn cool. Great sports culture around that school.
Yeah, you mentioned the RVs. There's a lot of private jets, too.
Yeah, a lot of dough coming in.
Yeah, we were on the road one of the home games, so flying out of the airport and saw plenty of private jets. But like you said, yeah, a lot of people love the sports. They love Notre Dame, so football is obviously big there. But no matter what sport it is, I mean, we have a great fan base, and people really love Notre Dame.
I buried the lead. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Today is your birthday, July 1st. You turned 20. You're not a teenager anymore. Mm-hmm. Still a year away from legality, but your journey is pretty interesting because you played in the National Team Development Program. You played in the USHL. You're at Notre Dame now. What kind of the decisions you made for your path? Why'd you kind of go that route?
Yeah, so I guess I didn't make the program. There's kind of a tryout camp. I was probably 15 maybe, and so kind of a late bloomer physically and just kind of on the ice. And I just kind of feel like I got better every year, and I've just kind of slowly but steadily kind of gone up the ranks. And yeah, played 2 years in Fargo in the USHL. Awesome. Learned a ton. I played a ton both years, so you couldn't really ask for much more than that. Had a really good team my second year, and just kind of helps.
66 points in your second year in 57 games. Yeah, pretty darn good year.
Yeah, it's a really good year. A lot of great teammates and coaching staff and people in that organization. And then I went to Notre Dame, and I feel like the numbers don't jump out, but had a really good year, played a ton, learned a lot, got better throughout the year. So that's kind of the most important thing. My first half, the second half are kind of night and day. So it was a really good year in that respect.
You were here last year at development camp, coming back this year with some familiarity. I imagine it's a little bit more settling.
Yeah, it is. I already noticed at day one, like, know the staff, and you kind of recognize their faces, and then the other guys too. It's kind of, you have some guys you haven't seen in like a year, but then you just get back, catch up, and you're just hanging out.
What do you want to work on this summer? What are you going to add to your game?
Yeah, some more strength for sure. We want to be more physical, and then it's always speed and skating is always the one that, I feel I need to work on, and especially nowadays how important, just get faster and stronger.
So do you work on more like explosiveness and first step and to kind of create a little space for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Been focusing on, just at school we have a good program, and we're working on all that, and then in here we'll probably touch base, get the numbers, and kind of see how I need to improve. But it's just it's a mentality too in the gym, just every day getting in there and really focusing on it.
Going through this process, how much is Dad a resource for you? Of course, your dad played in the NHL, played here in Philadelphia, Mike Noble. How much of a resource is he for you at certain times? Or is he just Dad? Do you kind of keep him out of it?
Yeah, there's definitely both. Like, he lets me, something I'm kind of realized as I got older, he's kind of let me learn on my own, and I'll kind of bring stuff up, and he'll be like, and he'll kind of mention like how he learned that, and I think that's kind of, I'm thankful that he did that, kind of let me learn on my own. But at the same time, if there's kind of something that I feel I need, an urgent question, I can always ask him, because he's kind of experienced it all. So it's a really good resource. Yeah,
I always think it interesting that kids of NHL players, you go to Dad sometimes, and he probably says to you, don't go to me with this, go to your coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not your coach.
Yeah.
But some things that really matter that you may go through, he's got that experience, and you can lean on him for that. Mm-hmm. It's a great resource to have. This week you got prospect camp. You want to flash, obviously, as much as you can this week, go into Notre Dame and have a really big year. What's the plan for the rest of the summer? What are you going to do besides work out and skate and all that?
Oh, yeah, so I head back to school after this. I'm in 2 online classes right now, and so going to get those finished up, go back to school, train, and then, after that, time at home back in Grand Rapids, West Michigan, go up north with the family in Michigan, so a lot of time on the lakes for sure.
What's the major?
I'm in strategic management, so business school.
Okay, cool. Cole, thanks for doing this, man. Have a great week here at camp, and look forward to watching you this week and your development. Have a great year at Notre Dame as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Cole Canal. Thanks to Hunter McDonald. Thanks to you. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday. It'll be a Monday with Meltzer. So enjoy your first weekend of August. We'll talk to you Monday on a brand new Flyers Daily.